Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress you're making. Copy and paste pretty faces all the time. Pictures so perfect we play.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Anointed Lady TV, the home of news and politics. If it is your first time in this channel, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you like what we do on this channel, hit on the subscribe button. Also put on the notification bell so you'll be notified by YouTube anytime we drop a new video. And if you are returning subscribers, thank you very much for always coming back to watch our videos. On this platform, we drop videos every day and we react to every video that come our way. And on this very video, I will be watching with you. And after watching, let's go to the comment section and drop our opinion constructively. Like our videos and also share our videos if possible. See you next time in my next video.
John Cardinal Onayeka joins us this morning. He is Archbishop Emeritus of Abuja Diocese. He joins us. Thank you so much, Your Eminence, for joining us this morning. Elections have come and gone. 26 or thereabout days before the inauguration of the next governments at the federal level and the states where elections held for governorship candidates. From your assessment of post-election conversations, what is your opinion of how well or not we have fared in that phase of all of the discordant tunes and divisive comments and statements that we have seen and heard?
Thank you very much for bringing me to your program. You started by saying the election has come and gone. I'm just wondering, is the election over? I'm saying this because according to the electoral law, the elections are not over until it is over. And there are cases in court that has not been disposed with. That is why we are in an anomalous situation. We have a declared president-elect whose election is being challenged and the courts are handling it. I think I'm entitled to take the position that I'm still waiting for the courts to tell me who won the election. That is why I say we're in an anomalous situation. And I'm one of those who have been saying it doesn't make much sense to be swearing in people when they are still in court. I know it has happened with governors. But the outcome has really not been the best of all cases. I don't think we ought to review our election process so as to make sure that we do have a winner who will be sworn in and whom everybody will rally around. It is still, I cannot understand. I am not a legal man, I'm not a judge. It's a pity that it's taking so long for the courts to make up their mind on this matter. Therefore, my problem now is that the whole system of our election need to be properly reviewed so that it should be easier for winners to emerge according to the wishes of the people. And here, therefore, I even have very basic questions. Do we really want democracy? From what we are seeing from political actors, it seems many of them are not really interested in democracy. They want power by all means. By all means. Now, this is an issue we must agree. Do you know, we know that for 30 years, this country was ruled by people who held guns, not by democracy. We were forced to obey everybody. And they became our president, one after the other. But we agreed at that time that was not the way for Nigeria to move. If we don't want it with people carrying guns, well, I don't think we should be accepting it with people who can just manipulate the system and frustrate the wishes of the people.
Your Eminence, if I can...
Because they have resources.
My sincere apologies. If I can just quickly take, follow up on one of the issues that you raised earlier when you said you're still waiting for the courts to tell you who won the election. There have been a number of contestations by some civil society organizations that it's the people, the ballot, that should be telling us who won and not the courts. That's one. Secondly, there is no election, presidential, governorship, National Assembly. I don't remember any election we've had in Nigeria, especially in this republic, that has not been contested by one person or the other, including the current president, whose election was contested like 1 or 2 years into his presidency the first time. I'm not sure it happened the second time. So with that in mind, do you still think that we need to wait for the courts?
Well, the country cannot wait indefinitely. The point I am making is this. Obviously, it is the people who decide who should be their ruler. By all things being equal, the process that INEC is supposed to have worked on should have brought out a winner that is acceptable to the people. The courts have come in now because there's a discrepancy. And I'm saying what you have just said confirms my feelings that it is not right to have a system that is constantly contested. We should go and find out how is it that every election is being contested. And I think we need to look more carefully at the constitution of INEC. How independent is it? How is it able to actually come out with the wishes of the people? I think the past election has shown very well that we have serious issues in this matter. We had hoped that technology will help us. But we are also seeing now that technology is in the hands of human beings. So we should have to go back to ourselves as a nation. If we decide we will rule ourselves democratically, we must all accept the rules of democracy. And those who want to be in power should allow that rule to run its course. We are seeing so much discussion now about politicians, and the issues that concerns them is who is going to occupy what position in the House, in the National Assembly. We are not hearing about what is going to happen to Nigeria. and we have serious problems on our hands.
Okay. Your Eminence,
Both in
please land on that point.
yes.
Please land on that point, sir.
Pardon?
I
I mean, we have serious problems on our hands,
Yes.
both in terms of security, economy, corruption, and we still have to face it.
Yeah, well, we'll touch on some of those issues and take your opinion on some of them. But concerning the elections, which is the route through which we employ people who will do the jobs that you have just outlined, there are those who think we have made some significant progress in this particular election compared to previous elections. This is the first time, for instance, that a president-elect is not having up to 50% of all the total votes cast, and the two other parties that are runners-up have enough votes to counter. That's one. Secondly, this is the first time that a good number of governors who wanted to go to the National Assembly were defeated in their own states and are not able to make it to the National Assembly. A number of upsets that make this 2023 election clearly different from previous ones. This is also the first time we're having a third political party take the kind of leadership it has taken in this election, as opposed to others where we've had only two leading political parties. In this one, we have three. There are those who think that because of these and several other facts that we may not be able to detail right now, we have made some significant progress in our electioneering. What's your opinion on that?
Well, my opinion is this. I do not think we should be congratulating ourselves when the right thing happens. We should not be expecting that we shall continue to run rigged elections. And to say we have done very well in this election because some governors lost their bid, it's normal now that they should lose if they don't deserve to win. That is the point we are making. This particular election, if we have had so much problem about it, is because the people have risen. The people have decided that they can no longer continue to accept things being done badly. And I think all Nigerians should rally around that idea that we can do better than we are doing. Why is our country not moving forward? Because we have not been doing things well. So we must not settle for just managing. The rest of Africa is looking up to us, and they are disappointed in us. So and I'm surprised that you are saying that we have done very well. I think we have not done very well. We must accept that so that we can look at what has happened in 2023 and correct things from the root. So, and to make sure that it will not be possible for the wrong people to be put in very sensitive positions. We want to make sure that INEC is truly independent. The system should not be so cumbersome. And I think, let me put in here, the whole issues of our national identity card. I don't know why it is impossible. Most countries, they go vote with their identity cards. So all that will remove all these PVC problems. I'm hoping that before the next election, a real progress will be made. Those who are contesting the present election, I'm sure they have their reasons for it. That is why the court is important. People are saying the court is the last hope of the ordinary man. So our courts Our courts are now on trial. We are waiting. If tomorrow a decision is taken, then I will be comfortable with whomever emerges. I will accept him, even whether I like him or not. I accepted military rulers, so I will accept anybody who emerges. And I do hope the person will rally around Nigerians so that we can jointly face our serious problems. That in the moment this anomalous situation should end.
Indeed, Cardinal, I believe that a lot of Nigerians also share your sentiments in terms of, being able to finish the electoral petitions, particularly that of the presidential election petitions before swearing in. But this is what we currently have. I mean, we've seen this happen over the years since our democracy returned in 1999. That subsequently, since 2003, elections have been disputed, particularly the presidential elections, and oftentimes they, go on and on and on for years, as a matter of fact, until recently when there were electoral reforms now setting time frames within which these election petitions must be conducted. So we know for now, for instance, that the presidential election petition from start to finish, that's from the appeal court to the Supreme Court, must not go beyond a period of 10 months, must be concluded within a period of 10 months. This is what we currently have. And of course, a lot of people will say we certainly can do better if we have the will to. But this is where we are now, that we're going to experience an inauguration with election petition tribunals still ongoing, both at the presidential level and at the state level as well. How do you think that, given what we have, which is a systemic thing, which is now let's say a countrywide situation, how do you think those who have now been given certificates of return, how do you think that they will be able to rally around? Because they will still have their responsibility beyond May 29, wouldn't they?
I'm talking of the government by democracy. This is what we have now. But I am saying we should be able to think beyond what we have now. If we can arrive at setting a limit of 10 months, there is no reason why we shouldn't set a limit that is less than 10 months, that insists that everything must be disposed of before swearing in. This is not a miracle. It does not require a miracle. We should look at other countries who have managed to do it that way. And they have done it because they have organized their electoral system in such a way that litigations are not dragged on indefinitely. Now, my friend, just my feeling is this. If I win an election and everybody supports my victory, I can face my work with confidence. And I do know that the people are with me. The kind of problem we have in Nigeria is such that we expect now that we should be able to have rulers who do not labor under questions of legitimacy. They should be able to move on and get the job done and have all of us supporting the work. That is why the person who has now been proclaimed our president-elect has his job very clearly cut out for him. The way this discussion is going, obviously, the court will not finish their work before the swearing in. So we have to settle again for that situation. Meaning having a president ruling us that is under contention. And I'm saying it is not the best for the country. We can do better for ourselves. It's not about one person or the other. I never knew our president-elect. That's not issue. It's not the person, not even the party. I'm talking about what is best for this country, Nigeria. We cannot continue to manage and think that things will go well.
Cardinal, I think what I was trying to say is that what you're actually asking for is ideal. I mean, and a lot of people support that. But we know that as we currently speak, the tribunals are going to start sitting, especially the Presidential Election Tribunal will start sitting on Monday. I'm trying to remember what date Monday will be. But we know that they will not be able to conclude sitting before inauguration. So we will have a president whose seat will still be contested, as you pointed out, beyond May 29. So what do you think should happen in this scenario, even while we continue to see how we can improve the process?
No, but what I am just saying is that we are now faced with a fait accompli. A situation we have before us. And all of us Nigerians must do our best to make the best of the situation. But I do not think we should consider what I'm saying as just the ideal, meaning an ideal that cannot be achieved. I'm talking not of an ideal that is beyond, that is only utopic. I'm talking of how things ought to be, the right thing to be done. And if our electoral laws does not include that, it should look into itself. And the National Assembly can take that up. It is in the interest of politicians themselves. That is, if they are interested in a democratic election.
Your Eminence, if I may come in here, making the most of the situation as it is. We do know that the tribunals, for instance, will start sitting from the 8th. Tribunal hearings will start from the 8th to determine what the schedule will be like. But if we're going to look to sort of like set an agenda for the situation we have now, where possibly swearing is going to happen before the tribunals are done, what agenda would you want to lay out for the next administration, vis-a-vis where we're coming from?
Only those Nigerians who don't want to be sincere will be looking for agenda. We definitely know what the agenda is. We know that our country is not doing well. 8 years ago, Buhari told us he will face corruption. He will fix the economy. He will give us security. We are still in the same situation. Obviously, any government must face those issues. Otherwise, we can't even survive in this country. Many Nigerians have checked, the young boys who have energy are checking out. I am 80, so I'm not going anywhere. But I'm still dreaming that before I go to paradise, I should see a better Nigeria. And I believe it is possible. I'm talking as somebody who in 1960, when we had our independence, I was a student in Form 4 in my college in Benue State. I believed what we were told, that with independence, Nigeria will become like all the great nations. I've been waiting now for almost 70 years, and we are still where we are. In fact, we seem to not to have made much progress. Maybe I'm expecting too much of my country. But that's because I have a high opinion of my nation, and I love my nation. And I hope that and I expect that those who are ruling us should share the same emotions, so that we can go all over the world proud.
Your Eminence, is it that?
So as far as agenda for the new government is concerned, is there all of us now will be watching. Is there going to be a change? Is there going to be an improvement? Will insecurity be reduced so that IDPs can go back to their homes? Will electricity work? Will the school run? Will our economy improve? Those are issues we are raising. So there are problems on ground, and I think the new government who has asked us to vote for them, they have a duty. They have a duty to serve us. And do what is right. We shall watch. I think we should put our rulers on notice that it can no longer be business as usual. When we keep thanking and hailing rulers who do their duty. A senator comes to the constituency and digs a borehole, and everybody comes around and hails him as if it is his salary. That should end. Rulers should be the servants of the people. May I say that,
if you don't mind.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Good day, my brothers and sisters, my mommies and my daddies over there. Is your sister again, your doctor, your friend, your girl, Anointed Lady TV. Please, if today is your first time of coming across my YouTube channel, please do subscribe for me. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell. So each time I upload any video, you will be notified. So in this my channel, I will be bringing up many things to you in which you will benefit from it. I do talk show, I do news, anything you want to talk about, I am into it. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. So each time I upload any video or each time I'm on live on YouTube, you will be notified. Thank you very much for always being there for me. Please do subscribe for me, and as you do so, God will richly bless you and meet your heart desire. Thank you very much. I love you all.